is episode 167 of Left Side Heavy, the podcast. It's your boy, Jevon LaFave. Got Hayden Barton, co-host of the show on the other side. Just us two today, rocking and rolling.
Yes, sir.
I just cracked open a buble because I'm on my sober month.
Bada
Now,
bing, bada boom.
It just spilt all over the desk that I'm on. But it's been a hell of a prep to get this show on the road. But we back. How's it going, Hayden? How we doing?
Oh, it's fucking good, man. It's been feels like it's been longer than it actually has been since we last recorded.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And I am ready to obviously talk sports. A lot has happened.
For sure, a lot has happened. No doubt. How's work today? How's building cabinets today?
Oh my god, I don't even want to fucking talk about it, man. It was such a shit show today. It was basically like everything that you could imagine what building cabinets would be like, and then just the complete opposite of what happened. Like I was a chicken with my head cut off almost. So
That sucks.
yeah, the job we're at is just in like Fremont, right? Not that far away. Shops by the fiddle. And we needed to get this cabinet resized down because it was oversized by like an inch and a quarter. And it also needed just a panel on it that you couldn't see any like screws and shit. Very easy stuff. Whatever. We get that. We head back out. Money. And then the guy that I'm working with is like, oh, you need to go back to the shop because our boss fucked up with how he wanted, or with how the plans were for the cabinets. So it had to be like this drawer needed to be moved over to this side, and this side of the drawer needs to be moved over to the other side. And there's like a sink cabinet in the middle of them. It's just such a headache, but inevitably, since the one drawer on the left side was bigger than the one on the right, it caused the sink to and where like the backing was cut out of it to be moved. So I needed to go run back, go and get a brand new back, basically, and then come back out so that he could staple it on. It was only like half-inch material, so you're not really losing a lot of depth. Plus it's a sink cabinet, so who cares? But then I go to put like the drawer face units on the drawers to make it look all pretty, you know. And the drawer faces are too big for the drawer.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like what? And then we've already had like troubles with this job as well. Like imagine having 10-foot high ceilings, right? And then have a cabinet hit 10 feet. And they're 4-foot tall cabinets. So like it goes from 10 feet to 6 feet, and that's where the bottom of the cabinet is. I'm like staring at the bottom of the cabinet, man.
Oh my god.
Like who's in this room? Yao Ming or something? And then I go back to the shop and I'm getting like the shit ready to go. And then my foreman's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm heading back out." No? And he's like, "No, you're not. You're staying here for the rest of the day." And I'm like, "Well, fuck, no one told me. I left my tools back on site with the other guy."
That's so annoying.
So then I was like, I'm toolless now. So I was doing some other stuff, and I was getting ready to put on drawer faces that are actually at the shop, because it's a lot easier to do shit at the shop than it is on site, obviously. And I was going to put these next drawer faces on, and these drawer faces are half an inch too small. So like there's a huge gap in between like the drawer face and the door, which just isn't allowed, but they also aren't for any other drawers. So my foreman just purely fucked up. And he has been messing up. And it's just like, what is happening?
That's so annoying.
Oh, it's terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. And I just don't know why. But yeah, that was my day.
That's trash. That's trash.
Yeah, what about you? First day back at LCP?
Yeah, first day back landscaping. It was
Nice.
it was it was good. I got like I was sneezing so much and
Bad
it wasn't
allergies.
no, it wasn't the allergies. It was raking the dry dirt and it was coming up
Yeah.
into my nose and it filled my nasals up so badly that it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's fucking my whole shit up right now. Like everything just like sucks.
Yep.
And I want to try something out right now because I think I found what the problem was.
Okay.
So we're gonna detect something. I'm going to switch to a different microphone right now,
Oh,
potentially. One sec.
this could be huge for the program.
How does this sound?
Oh my God, that sounds so much better. Now that sounds like your Yeti.
It was because I
Oh,
was pressing the mic,
mm-hmm.
right? I was pressing the mic button in the
Yeah.
bottom left corner, and I was looking at speaker and not microphone when I was selecting Yeti stereo microphone.
Oh my God. Get this man his keys. He is drunk.
So now we're 7 minutes in, and now I don't know what to do.
Well, you're not on the right. Just rock with it, but also put yourself back on the right microphone.
Like what I was using before.
No, this you're not on the right one.
What are you talking about?
You're not on the right one. Trust me.
Like before I switched to the Yeti?
I don't know what it was, but it doesn't sound good anymore. Yeah,
Oh,
you had it for like a second, and then you lost it.
how's this?
It's a little bit quiet, so
Yeah, because I'm using the Yeti.
yeah,
Before, this is what I was using before I switched to the Yeti.
it just doesn't sound good. Like I don't know. You had it, man. You had it.
How's this?
That is not good at all.
That's some MacBook Airs.
No, this is terrible. This is like when I first started listening to you.
How's this?
No. Do you have any more options?
Boss man, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, you gotta just go through all the options again. 'Cause I swear to God, you had it. It sounded so nice and perfect in my ears, but now everything just sounds um like you're talking off of a terrible microphone, like a $5 microphone.
Should I just switch to the Yeti
Yeah, I
for
think so. And then
for
just
your sake?
yeah, it might be for the viewers as well. I have no idea.
I think well, like I'm gonna have to do some like black magic here because I'm just gonna use both mics, but I'm gonna downgrade for a second for the listeners here. Jesus Christ, what a shite show.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to the Yeti in 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we are. You're on the Yeti. So are we okay now? I don't know what the fuck to do because my head's all scrambled. I'm beyond fucked up. We good? I have to switch my speakers to the proper one now too, okay? So, oh my god. Hayden, I can't hear you. Oh my god. Hayden, I can't
I
hear
think
you.
you can't hear me?
No, I can.
Oh, well, I guess that's kind of okay.
No, I can. It was on Yeti microphone for speakers, which is what it's supposed to because I plugged my headphones into the microphone.
Mhm.
But then I just couldn't hear you. And I'm like, oh my god, this is a nightmare. This is a fucking nightmare. Okay.
We're back on track
Yeah.
somewhat.
Okay. How was my day? I was just sneezing a ton because I was raking like the dust from the dirt was getting into my nose, and now it's just like kind of thrown off everything, and like I feel like I have allergies, but when I wasn't raking dirt, even when I was blowing, I wasn't sneezing as much as when I was just like gardening, and
Mhm.
it was fucking garbage. And then I realized how much the longer you take off doing like mowing and shit like that, how hard work it is.
Mhm.
Like it's pretty tough, especially like doing like transmission mowing, like up and down hills and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
it's a
It
good
wears you out.
it's a good workout, and I kind of just like forgot how tough it is because like there's times where I was doing it for so long, I forgot how tough the first time was, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um, but no, it was a good day overall. I had to cut down this cedar tree, like
Okay.
this bush, and it was a fat fucker. Like it was massive.
Mhm.
It was probably like 11 feet tall, maybe, maybe more.
Okay.
And I couldn't like dig it out because I had the landscape carpet underneath, like a few
Okay.
layers of it. And it was in like this corner of like a retaining wall kind of thing. So I couldn't really get like the roots and stuff were underneath the pad. It was all weird. So I just like sawed it.
Okay.
And I used Caleb's like hand saw.
Mhm.
And as I was going like going back and forth, the blade came out a bit and I went to like continue on and it flexed the tip of the blade and it snapped it. And I'm like, sorry.
Oh, no.
I'm like, sorry, Caleb.
Oh.
It was just like the first like couple inches of the blade, so I still have majority of it. But like, yeah, I was like, all right, well, sorry, Caleb. That's my bad, buddy. And then but like every time I would go like because obviously when you cut into something further, it's just gonna sandwich on top of it, so you can't really go back and forth. But,
Mhm.
like, it was tough, but we eventually got it done, and but, yeah, it was a good day. Good
Well,
day
there you go.
overall. Not too bad.
So you're working with Caleb, eh?
Yeah, seems like it.
Nice.
Um, I think I'm his sub. I think I'm his sub foreman,
Oh,
apparently.
wow. Already at the sub foreman role, eh?
Yeah, I don't know, that's what Todd told me
Sheesh.
today. He was like, "Cause you have your" like, Kale's like, "'Cause I'm my sub foreman," and I'm like, "What?" My first day. But, like, I guess just kinda, like he has a lot of, like, 2 to 3 person sites,
Yeah.
and, like, 3 of the 4 days, one of them's with Todd, and 2 of them are with, like, new guys who don't really know what they're doing.
So his
So
Tuesday site, were you at Windsong today?
no, Cottonwood Village.
Oh, Tuesdays is Cottonwood Village now, eh? Okay.
Technically, I guess Mondays,
Yeah.
because like, he, like Windsong, I think, is when Thursday.
Windsong's Thursday now. Wow. Is Caleb not doing Trail's Edge anymore?
No, Trails Edges tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Trail's Edge on Wednesday now, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Everything's changing.
Yeah, it's weird, like Kyler, like, downsized, like, 8 to 10 sites apparently.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
So I think, like, with that, switched it around because, like, everyone's kinda getting moved.
Yep.
They gassed the Abbotsford site because it just never made sense for anyone to go out
No.
there. Just doesn't.
No,
Uh,
I agree.
a few of the Surrey sites are done. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a whole shebang, but, like, yeah, it's weird, man.
Yeah, I bet.
It's weird. But let's get to the question of the week for this week. And right now I'm deciding between two. I don't know
Okay.
which one to ask. Um one's kind of both can be fun, but like I don't know if I've asked one of them before. So
Okay.
like maybe I'll just kind of go with the other one. Um in the Avengers Endgame,
Mhm.
when Captain America picks up Mjolnir or whatever Thor's hammer is called,
Yeah.
and then goes toe to toe with Thanos and like puts up like a really good fight. iconic battle in the Infinity Saga as a
Absolutely.
whole. Without naming Captain America, obviously, Thor or Iron Man, because they were like the original ones to fight Thanos in that moment. And remember, Thanos does not have the stones at this point.
Yeah, he
Who
doesn't have the gauntlet.
would you like to see go toe to toe with Thanos? And we'll make it hypothetical. He may not be worthy, but they can have uh
Mjolnir?
yeah, Mjolnir, because I guess like Captain America did, and like it helped him a lot in fighting Thanos.
Mhm.
So who would you like to see in that situation fight Thanos? And there's different like in Infinity War and stuff, you kind of saw Doctor Strange fight Thanos with the help of like Star-Lord and Spider-Man and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But like this 1v1 battle is a lot different than that. So like out of all the Avengers, not just like OG6, out of all the Avengers, you can pick like phase 5 heroes like Shang-Chi or something like that.
I already got it.
Who are you choosing besides Thor, Iron Man, or Captain America?
All right. Just because I feel like they did him dirty the whole series, the Green Man, but not just the Hulk. The Hulk when he is like zooted because of the Scarlet Witch,
Oh,
making him like fully just fucking enraged. Give me that Hulk, that like ferocious Hulk that needs to be taken above a skyline and slammed through a damn building
yeah.
and then punched in the side of the fucking head to knock him out. If you give me that type of Hulk going off against Thanos, uh I know Thanos is like, yeah, he's the ultimate warrior, but like you can't tell me that a gauntless Thanos is stopping just that Hulk.
I think Hulk is the cool answer, and like I think it's and he does get done dirty. Like
He does.
he's been done dirty this whole entire like ever since then. It's really annoying.
It
Um,
is absolutely annoying.
but yeah, I think it would be oh man, this is such a tough thing to because like I asked a question like with like 7 different heroes in my mind, and I'm like, fuck, I have no clue. But I kinda wanna see Vision. I think Vision versus Thanos would be kinda like
Oh yeah,
I
that
think
would be a good one.
I think that would be kinda cool.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
And, like, Vision's such, like, an underrated hero, and you kinda like, he fucks people up.
Oh yeah.
And another one I was thinking was either Black Panther or, Bucky Barnes. I think Bucky Barnes, like,
Yep.
I don't know why Bucky came to mind, but I think, like, for some reason in my head, he's like he's got a chance. But, like, Thanos is Thanos. But,
Yeah, Black Panther also came to my mind as well.
yeah.
And not only because of just, you know, T'Challa being an amazing fighter, but because he is like part of the worthy group, I guess you could say, like he would be one person that could wield, Mjolnir,
Yeah.
in my
I agree.
opinion.
I agree 100%. Like with what his his story arc and his origin story
Mhm.
and what he's gone through and his charisma, his maturity and what he's done to get to where he is. I think it's very similar to what Cap did to become worthy.
Yeah.
But I just watched Captain America: First Avenger because I think I'm gonna start the MCU again and watch it.
Nice.
Very underrated movie. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it is a good movie. I mean, every Avengers movie is good. And also, I want to say something. I don't know how you feel about this, but I just watched oh fuck, what's it called? I just watched uh, um Into the Quantumania.
Oh, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
It was a good movie. I
I
don't
don't.
understand why people are hating on it. Like it obviously wasn't like Endgame level, and I would put it like it's definitely above like a lot of the Thor movies, not Ragnarok, but a lot of the Thor movies. Like I would put it above Love and Thunder.
It's both like the Dark World, Love and Thunder, and Quantumania are close.
But it also makes you need to go and watch um Loki,
Yeah,
because that obviously, for people who don't know, introduces Kang.
yeah,
And Kang is just a fucking maniac.
yeah. And the end credit scene in Quantumania is dope too.
Yeah, exactly. It's I think it's a great movie. But obviously,
Where
you know,
would you like? Is there any other movies that you put it above?
oh man, off the top of my head and just thinking about it, um I didn't really like out of the Iron Man series, I didn't really like Iron Man 2 all that much. Like 1 and 3, amazing.
2 and 3 are like up there as like the bad Iron Man movies.
I think
Like
I think 3 is a great one.
so,
2 definitely just isn't my cup of tea.
yeah.
Um, honestly, the Hulk movie, the one with Edward Norton. No, not Edward Norton. Edward Norton's one was a really good one. I really liked. I really liked that one. Um,
What other Hulk movie then?
fuck, I forget who his name was, but it was like the early one, like in the 90s almost. Hold
Oh,
on,
I'm thinking like MCU. I'm thinking like MCU.
okay. Well, I mean, the Hulk is MCU, you know?
Yeah, I know, but
This
it's not like the cinematic universe though. Like Edward Norton's Hulk is, I would say,
okay,
because Mark Ruffalo's character carries on information from Edward Norton's.
but if you think about it, not really.
Yeah, if you watch She-Hulk and the first Avengers, it does. It carries details from that.
Yeah, and you know what? I find that kind of horse shit. Like how can you follow along that and totally have uh a sequel ready for Edward Norton's Hulk and then just nothing.
They
I
did
know
the
there was a lot of Sony like issues that they had going on though.
they did the same thing with Rhodes. Fucking what's his name? Um who plays Rhodey?
Oh yeah, in the first Iron Man.
Yeah, and then like the second Iron Man doesn't look anything like him, but they carry
Nothing, yeah,
but
nothing like it with the character
Don
change.
Cheadle, is that his name?
I think so, yeah.
It's like,
It's so
bro, it's
confusing.
like, bro, you ain't even. I thought when I first like watched it, I'm like, oh, it's like a new character, but
And then
like
it's like
so
it's
hey,
the actual captain.
yeah, it's like hey, Rhodey, it's like, bro, what? They didn't even try.
Yeah,
Like,
they should have done something like very charismatic and been like, "Oh wow, you look different."
Yeah.
Would have been like, yeah, you kind of do actually.
Yeah.
Fuck. Throwing me for a loop.
Yeah, they like, "What?" Like,
Yeah.
you don't even look the same, but apparently, like, the OG roadie wanted, like, the same money as, like, Robert Downey Jr. for the Iron Man movie. It's like, son,
Brother, know your place.
yeah, come on, man.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah, but, um yeah, I'm, like, in this weird spot with, like, my watching phase. I'm like, I wanna start the MCU again, but also,
Yeah.
like, there's some other things I need to check off my list before I start a 26 movie plus TV shows marathon. Like,
Hey, no better time than the present, right?
I remember last year I set a goal to watch the entire MCU for 2022.
Mhm.
Oh,
That was a
no.
good one.
Yo, it just said my computer's restarting in 57 seconds.
Oh my
Jesus.
god.
How do I stop that? Is there any way of me stopping?
I have no fucking clue, man. Um, well, I guess we'll see in 57 seconds or not.
Jesus Christ, I swear to fuck.
This recording is going places.
Oh
Not
my.
good places, but places.
Yeah, not Harvard, but places.
I'll pour one out for you.
I just got one of those like banners that drop down and it was like,
Yep.
I'm like,
So yeah, we're doing this with or without you, my guy. It's like,
yeah.
wait,
Like what the hell?
I'm the one that says yes or no.
Yeah. And all it said, it didn't say yes, no, it just said
It
restart
will.
now. It just said restart now. I'm like, that's the only option.
Please, God, no.
Okay, well, I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah, I was about to say it. I mean, famous last words, but it seems like nothing's happened.
Let's see. I'm watching the recording time in the top right corner. It's been 20 seconds. So I feel like it was 30 seconds prior to us saying.
I do too. I think we're fine. But we
But also, we're gonna be halfway through the Vegas and Dallas breakdown. It's gonna be like, "Meow."
yeah, is this gonna shut down for you?
Yeah, it was a wah, wah. All right. Well, let's just rock and roll until then. So, Hayden, your answer is the Hulk naturally, and I think that would be my answer as well. But I wanted to kind of switch it up a bit, and I think mine would be Vision or Black Panther to fuck around with Thanos and pick up Mjolnir and fight him. I think that would be. You know what?
No real wrong answer to this
Yeah.
one.
You know what? Like I'm finalizing my answer and I'm saying T'Challa, Black Panther. I think that
There
would
we go.
I think that would be dope. Because like Vision, he has like the stone and like I don't know, it can kind of be OP and like he can fly and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go like straight combat T'Challa.
There you go.
That'd be fine. All
I
right,
like it.
let's get into this episode. Lots and lots happened. We're gonna start with the one that will take the least amount of time because we covered 75% of this series last episode. Florida and Carolina is finito. Florida wins in a sweep over Carolina with a goal from Matthew Kachuk with 4 seconds left in the game. Unfucking believable, this guy. Um, just I had a smile on my face seeing him score that goal. As like I've had very mixed feelings for Matt Kachuk, but I mean now that he's on Florida, I can kind of cheer for him. He's a fucking rat. I won't can't like doubt that for sure, but I don't know. I for some reason I just like him a bit more just because I don't know. I don't know. But seeing him score that goal was really exciting. It was a really cool finish to the series overall. But hey, what did you think of Florida defeating Carolina in that fashion in a sweep and going to the Stanley Cup final for the first time in a long time?
I feel like I knew there was something stuck in my throat. Okay, that's better. Uh, I felt really, really fucking happy about that. Seeing the goal happen with 4 seconds left, it was like, this never happens. I never see a last minute goal. And then it happened, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." Florida's been my darling team. Even at the start of the playoffs, I was like, "Yeah, I don't see Florida winning, but I'd love but, like, they'll win in 7," or, like, just saying that and touch wood, it happened, and now one win after another, one game after another, it's Florida in the finals, and I could not be happier.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and I like you saw Bobrovsky. He was turning around. Well, like after Kachuk scored that goal, you kind of saw him through the mask from the TV
Mhm.
cameras that he was visibly crying and very emotional, which was really cool to see. Just how much this means to him. But like, what do you think it was about Florida that was able to get them like finish? Because the hardest part about winning the first 3 games is winning the fourth, and they managed to do it. They managed to continue their game. What do you think it was about Florida that willed them to a sweep over a very tough team in Carolina?
Man, I think it was just knowing the fact that they're such a young team, and this means so much to not only them, but if you think about it, then it obviously means a lot to Bobrovsky. It means a lot to every veteran guy on the team, and then you think about dogs like Kachuk, Montour, and Verhage who wanna stick it to the man, who have been fucking like, "No, we are better. We are better than Carolina," and they straight up were. So having, I think, the willpower and the decision to just win the game was a no-brainer for them, and Carolina couldn't do anything but watch.
Yeah, it
That's all
was.
they could do.
Yeah, I think they're like them taking it back. We talked about this last episode, and I said it the same thing on a clip I posted. Oh, I just think they're taking advantage of Bobrovsky's goaltending and not taking it for granted. And
Mhm.
they were playing Carolina tight, forcing them to make mistakes, and then capitalizing on their mistakes, such as penalties or turnovers or whatever. Um, you kind of saw like um defensive gurus like Slavin and Burns. They kind of struggled this series in like turning the puck over, losing their man in the defensive zone because I just think Florida was kind of got in their heads early and like overwhelmed them a ton. And I just think
Yep.
that's a game that's like that really wills a team to win. And you saw like, and poor Slavin, he got absolutely
Absolutely
br-
fucking rocked.
by Bennett. It was one of the biggest fucking hits I've ever seen, and there was not 1% of it dirty at all. It was one of the cleanest, hardest hits I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
Slavin was out before he even hit the ice. Very unfortunate to see out of a wonderful player in Slavin, but I just think that's just kind of what the series was for him. Like, it wasn't his best, nothing really went his way a ton. But I think that has a lot to say about Florida and, like, how much of an overwhelming style of hockey they play,
Mhm.
and I think it was just all of that. They just, like they suffocated Carolina. That's what I was they suffocated Carolina, took advantage of any opportunities they had, and they were getting stellar goaltending once again, and, that Jordan Stahl penalty with just under 2 minutes to play. It's to me, I thought it was a trip. Like, I just thought it was a good call. I hear a lot of people saying you can't make that call, but, like, if a fucking penalty is a penalty, like
Yeah, it's a
like,
penalty. You have to make the call.
it's like I hear people saying like, "No, with like a team down 0-3 with under." It's like if they don't make that call, then they're getting shit. But when they do make a good call, they're getting shit.
They're getting
It's
shit, yeah.
it's like what kind of fucking world are we living in? Like this is ridiculous. But Jordan
No,
Stahl, one of
absolutely.
Carolina's most like one of the best, if not their best, defensive forward, gets a penalty, and Kachuk with some of the best poise I've ever seen in my life, dekes Freddie and puts a top cheese for the series winner with 4 seconds left. Just electric factory. Electric factory. They touched the trophy. Last year, Colorado touched the trophy. There's that whole superstition on the first trophy you need to touch in a cup run is the Stanley Cup,
Is the Stanley Cup, yep.
but they got it. Um,
It
so
seemed to
funny.
work for Colorado, to my recall.
Yeah, seemed to work for Colorado. Tampa touched it the second time they won, but they also didn't touch it the first time they won. So, I mean, that kind of cancels out. But I think one of the funniest things you could say about this series is Rod Brendamore saying they didn't get swept.
Yeah, that was tough. I heard that and I was like, come again?"
Pardon? Yeah, pardon?
Like, if that's not, I get what he means, like, I understand what he means. That was the closest sweep I ever recall or I ever remember. I've
Carolina
never
almost had a
seen
950 save percentage and got
and
swept.
lost. Yeah, and their goal differential was 4. Like, that's, I get what Brindamore means by not getting swept because what was it, like, 2 of their games went to overtime, and then they
Almost
lost.
3. Yeah,
Yeah, and
almost
they
3.
lost with, like, half, or, like,
4
less than
seconds.
5 seconds. Yeah, like, the only one that you really got outplayed was the one where Florida shut you out. That was the most outplaying game, but towards everything else, you gotta take it on the chin and be like, "Yeah, we got swept, but fuck, it was close."
Yeah.
Like, that should have been what he had said because then everyone wouldn't have been in all fucking ears about this and been like, "No, you did get swept, actually."
Yeah, I find that so funny. It's like we did not get swept. I mean you did, but but no, I agree with you. I sent out a tweet as soon as I saw this. I'm like, I mean you did, but like the way Carolina plays, they I'm sure they sweep another team. Like with the way
Mhm.
they play, they just like kind of ran into one of the hottest goalies we've seen in the fucking past decade. Like
Absolutely.
they got stellar goaltending, but got swept. It's like, how often can you say that in the same sentence? Oh,
Yeah, no, you definitely don't say that often, nor do you see that often.
yeah,
So, yeah, it's tough, though. They definitely deserve to not get swept with the way they played.
I agree. I agree. Like, yeah, this team didn't deserve to get swept at all. I think we could honestly still be playing this series if the puck bounces
A different way.
a couple different ways in each of those games. And like Carolina could have easily been up like 3-1 right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised with just but, I mean, that's playoff hockey, and Florida, once again, like I said, took advantage. Holy shit! I'm fucking yawning so much right now, I'm sorry. Um, but, yeah, no, it was a hell of a series to watch. It had me on the edge of my seat each game, and I'm really happy to see Florida move on. It's I wouldn't I was kinda I didn't have Florida on my bingo card to be in the Stanley Cup final for, like, in the 2020s. Like, I just, like, didn't have him there anytime soon,
Mhm.
and it's kinda cool to see that they're here because it's just, like, it's purely fresh blood. Like, you see Carolina contending for the past couple of years, but to Florida to just squeeze in.
Literally squeeze in because of Pittsburgh losing 2 meaningless games.
Yeah. They're taking advantage of their luck, and they're turning that luck into we're on a fucking roll and we're a good team right now. Like,
Yeah.
I think Florida is a better team than how they finished, but they got lucky to get in. But I think they're honestly like they're playing with momentum because they're playing playoff hockey for the past like 6 months.
Yep.
But I also just think they have good players on their team. And like if they were playing consistent all year and better than what they did, no one would be surprised with what they're doing. Because of the play if it was like fucking Chicago going on a run and doing this, and then it'd be like, all right, like Jason
Something's wrong here.
Jason Dickinson isn't this fucking good. It's like, no, like I think Florida, like Bobrovsky, he's a 2 to 3 time Vezina winner. Kachuk's got 109 points this year. Barkov's won the Selke, and he's been a defensive monster with a scoring machine. Verhage 40 goals, Montour 75 points. Like Florida has good fucking players on their team, and I just think they're taking advantage of the luck that they got and just being productive at the right time. So like I think it's like I think you have to give a large percentage of it luck because they wouldn't be there without it. But
No.
I think it's like 60% at least them and then 40% luck. So they could have got lucky to get in and gotten swept by Boston.
Yeah.
But they beat 1, 2, 3 in the East and then the Stanley Cup final. So I think luck is far gone now.
Oh, yeah. It was luck as soon as they entered in, but now it's like all on them, and it has been since game 1 when they fucking beat Boston.
Yeah.
First game, and it's like, well, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You won in Boston. Now it's a series. And then it was 3-1, and then they clawed back. No pun intended. But
Oh,
then they but then they made Toronto look like their bitch, and then they just fucking wiped the shit off their ass with Carolina toilet paper.
amen, brother.
And now, like, I fully want to believe in Florida because they're going to be well rested, and usually that could be a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it could also be a good thing. It's just how will they come out game 1? If they get blown out game 1, I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised at all. But then it's like a wake-up call. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're back into this. We're back into this shit now.
Yeah. I
Like I
agree.
fully expect this game or this series to go 6 or 7.
Well, we'll get to that later. So
Yes, yes, we will.
hold
I
your
know.
horses there.
I
Getting
know,
a
I'm
little
just getting excited.
yeah, getting a little excited there. Heal, boy, heal. All right. So yeah, Florida touches the trophy onto the Stanley Cup final. I think that superstition's gone now. Like I don't really think it fucking matters anymore. But we'll go over to a team that did touch the trophy, and that was Vegas Golden Knights defeating the Dallas Stars in 6 games. Dallas made this the series. They made it very interesting with a game 4 and 5 win. Game 4 being an overtime, courtesy of Joe Pavelski from the office. From his office, I guess, one time in at home top left or top right. But I just simply think Dallas wasn't good enough. They didn't compare to Vegas. I think Vegas's depth overall is blasphemous. It's fucking unbelievable. I don't know if blasphemous is the right term. It's
I
just
think it's blasphemy, but I can search it up.
I don't know if it works. I don't know if it was a complete opposite meaning of what I meant it as, but it's unbelievable their depth. They got 2 to 3 goals from their fourth line in game 6 and just mollywopped them. And Dallas just looks severely vulnerable, like a dog with their tail between their legs. It was just I just think Vegas outclassed them. Even in the losses, I think Vegas still looked like very good. Aiden Hill's been unbelievable, and Cassidy in the first year coached the Vegas Golden Knights to their second Stanley Cup final in 6 years and their fourth Western Conference final in 6 years. So, holy shit. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
So I
Re
looked up blasphemous. Sorry. Uh, it's sacrilegious against God or sacred things.
Jeez.
So
I used that incredibly wrong. Wow, I am so sorry for anyone listening if they oops. That's episode 167 of Left Side Head of the Podcast and the last episode of Left Side Head of the Podcast. All right. Hayden, your thoughts on Vegas and Dallas?
yeah, we won't talk about game 6. Game 6 was an absolute ass tapping and a half.
Yeah.
They made sure that Vegas won in 6 by scoring 6. Oh my god. I thought I didn't think a game would go past more than 2 goals of winning purely just because if it's like 3-2, pull the goalie, okay, you lost
Yeah.
4-2. I did not see either team losing by more than 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, Vegas just said, "Fuck you guys. If we didn't get it done the sweep, we're gonna give you game 5, and then we'll win it." We'll win it on Monday night at home to give our fans something to cheer for. That's how it felt like.
Yeah, it was unbelievable how poor Dallas played in game 6. Like they on every level of chances, shots, momentum, they just got outplayed and Ottinger was he was Swiss cheese out there. He was letting everything from everywhere. Dallas's defensive awareness was terrible. They were losing their man all over the place, and it was just opening chances for players like Carrier and Carlson, Marcia. So like it was brutal how bad they
Mhm.
played. And despite a very good game 5, I think they outclassed Vegas. Like that was the only game. But yeah, it was just like oh, and Ryan Suter. Holy, that may have been the worst stretch of games I've seen him play ever.
Yep. And
Like,
Jamie Benn too. Like I can't believe all 4 games that Ben played, Dallas lost.
yeah, I mean, do you put Ben in after they go on a 2-game heater? Like, I know you kind of have to, but like, do you?
Yeah.
Do
Are
you
you
have to?
Yeah, do you really? Do you have to? Please tell me if you have to or not, because holy shit. That was just like you got to roll with the hot hand, and
Yeah,
clearly Ben does not have the hot hand.
roll with the winning lineup, baby.
Absolutely.
Your thoughts on the suspension?
Valid, very valid.
I don't know if
That was
two.
the dirtiest fucking thing I've seen in a
I
while.
don't know if 2 games was enough. Like, I'm being completely honest. Like,
Honestly.
I think I wouldn't have been surprised if it was like 3 to 4, maybe the rest of the series. Like, Ben legit intentionally jumped downwards and cross-checked Stone in the face. Like, the fact that, like, Stone is able to, like, understand who he is as a person is
Yeah,
insane to me.
mind-boggling.
It's crazy, and the way Ben explained what happened was even worse. Did you hear his comments?
No, I didn't. What did he say?
He was like, "I just fell and didn't mean to use my stick as a
Oh,
landing."
bullshit.
It's like,
Okay.
yo, the clip, you literally stop and like, "I'm going to do this."
Yeah, I'm intentionally going to hit him in the face.
It was unbelievable. I don't know if 2 games was enough, to be honest. I think he should have gone with at least 3 to 4. Like, I'm being 100% serious. That was a
Mhm.
super dirty play, and, like, it happened a bit early on, so maybe they kind of like, "Alright, he got kicked out for maybe, like, 80-90% of game 3, and then you'll get 2 games after that," so he basically got a 3 game. I don't know how NHL player safety evaluates that, but it was brutal. It was a brutal play by Ben, it was super dirty, and Yeah, I would have given him more than 2 games, but yeah, I know he's your captain, but, like, I don't know if you have to play him.
Yeah,
Roll with the winning lineup, man,
I agree. I agree.
and not just because I wanted Dallas to win.
It's funny because you didn't choose Dallas to win, but I know you just didn't want Vegas to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I hate Vegas. I thought they would win in 7,
Mhm.
but I didn't want them to win in 7.
Yeah, no, that's that. Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's
fair.
just like, ugh, but, Vegas deserved it straight up. Aiden Hill played out of his mind. He made very solid saves throughout. Vegas's depth overall came to play. I like Jonathan Marchessault and Willie Carlson are just playing out of their minds right now. And Jack Eichel, they could have swept Dallas and they beat them in 6 without Jack Eichel scoring a goal. So it just kind of shows
The depth.
the type of team Vegas has, and they're just gonna straight up beat the shit out of you, and it's crazy, man. They're
Mhm.
such a solid team, and as I prefaced earlier, um, Bruce Cassidy, first year coaching the Golden Knights, and they're in the Stanley Cup final. So say what you want, how he is as a coach, how he is as a person, according to Boston players, he knows how to fucking win, and he's in the Stanley Cup final again. So I don't think he has a cup because I think he's only coached Boston,
Mhm.
but I think
One team who's never won it before will win the Stanley Cup.
yeah, so it's really cool to see the fresh winners, but we'll see if Vegas can lift Lord Stanley for after being after losing the first time to Washington. So um I guess we just go on to our preview. Um, so the Stanley Cup final is starting this Saturday, June 3rd,
Yes, sir.
in Vegas. Um, I think Vegas opened up as at a minus 140 to 150 favorite, and I think Florida's a plus 110 or something like that.
Yeah, something
Um,
like that.
it's very close to that. Um, Hayden, give me your breakdown of this Vegas Florida series, and at the end of it, give me your low key X factor. So don't give me the star studded names on Vegas or Florida. Give me kind of underrated players that could kind of show your X factors for each team and standard breakdown of the series and in how many games and who's your winner.
All right, all right. I like that. Um, I think a player who I've seen progressively grow in these playoffs is Anthony Duclair.
Yeah.
He like his passing isn't like Leon Draisaitl. It's nowhere near that. But him and Verhage have the chemistry level 100. 101 if you could put it on a card and, sell it on like Hockey Ultimate Team or some shit. Like he he is such an orchestrator when he has the puck on the wing and even in the top of the key where he'll find the open guy. So I think he's going to have like a lot of assists because I also see Vegas playing a lot of like safe hockey, but they also play a lot of mistake hockey where they'll press up too close inwards to the goalie and they'll leave the blue line and they get burned on that. And
Yeah.
that's one of the best things that Florida takes care of.
Yeah, they're really good at countering and they're quick.
Yes. So that's the one thing you got to be watch out for. Obviously, Bobrovsky is going to be um like both goalies, as we get down the final four, like it's going to be hard to score on them. So you could definitely consider both goalies, Bobrovsky and Hill, to be X factors, and you're gonna have to lean on them. You know, they're gonna have to be your 7 game goalies.
Yeah.
Unless they get injured, in which case the backups need to come out and perform. And I don't even know who would be backing up. Like, would Jonathan Quick be backing up Hill?
Yeah.
That's scary. And then Leon Lyon, like he'll be backing up Bobrovsky, the kind of the fever dream that got Florida into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But for Vegas, man, they have so much depth. You could honestly say like their whole third line could pretty much be the X factor because they outmatch Florida's third line by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And that's going to be their X factor is depth scoring. Like you said, if they can get scoring at the third and fourth level of their lines and almost like outperform the top two, that's what that's how Vegas is going to win this
Yeah. I agree.
because the top two lines for each team, it could be like, yeah, that's very even. You don't see a lot of back and forth between those two, but the third line of Vegas compared to like the third line of Florida is like very, very outweighing.
Yeah.
So that's my X factors, I guess to say. Um, I'm gonna ride with Florida. They meant a lot to me this year. And so I have to imagine that they are going to they're gonna win it in 7. They won't win it in Florida, but they'll win it in Vegas, and then they're gonna have a fucking great time in Vegas after.
Yeah.
That's how whoever wins is gonna have a great evening after.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt about it. So
Kind of
I
like Ovi winning in Vegas. That guy didn't leave that city
oh no,
for like a month, I think.
I
Like,
you couldn't. You
yeah.
just probably earn like the fattest single game payday you'll ever have.
Yeah.
Like, why not just go and blow it on fucking gambling and drinking with the boys, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me
100%.
Florida, and I think I think the MVP of this series, like one person we're gonna see a lot of, is going to be Brandon Montour.
Brandon Montour is going to win the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, he's gonna have
Wow.
he's had great playoff success already this year. And like every storyline I see is just how Montour is locking down on the D side, and then how he's even pressing up and being in the offensive like area. Hot take, I know, but
Yeah, I respectfully disagree.
I know you would.
I think it's if Florida wins,
It'll be Bobrovsky.
it's Bobrovsky clear cut.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think Montour is third on Florida.
Who's second then for
I think
Hagee?
Kachuk. I think Kachuk's
Kachuk. Yeah. No, yeah, Kachuk. Yeah.
Bobrovsky, Kachuk, and then Montour.
But that's what I'm saying. I think like this series could, if like Bobrovsky doesn't have like his stand on his head performances, out of worldly performances, and Montour plays somewhat um like what he was playing in the first 2 series, he was all over the place.
He
He was
was.
on the point sheet every night. If he plays like that and has that kind of a series and makes that big of an impact, I could easily see Montour being, the guy. He also had the most ice minutes for
57 minutes.
so like
Yeah.
he's out there all the time.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I think Bobrovsky could allow 3 goals a game. and still get it if they win somehow.
Yeah, I know they do like the whole playoffs too, and
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we see like another J.S. Jaguar type situation. Like, I wouldn't be
that's what
surprised.
I was thinking too.
I wouldn't be surprised if Bob wins it if he plays out of his fucking mind and they lose. Like, I
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised.
no, I wouldn't be surprised either. And I was honestly even thinking about making a graphic earlier, like this week, and just and maybe just asking you to like post the clip of like all four of us in the room and almost like the future being untold with the Jalen Hurts getting the MVP, but then actually say like, could we have just seen a fucking storytelling again for what this NHL playoffs has to come?
Yeah.
Another JS Jaguar?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a very close series. I think Vegas plays a very heavy style of play, whereas um Florida relies on, I think, a lot of speed and fast pace.
Mhm,
But I think both teams are good at shutting down their opponents. And Aiden Hill and Bobrovsky, I think they've been the two best goalies in these playoffs. I don't think it's a surprise that their teams are in the Stanley Cup final with their performances. I think they've relied a lot on them. I think Bobrovsky's kept he's been, like, more valuable to his team than Aiden Hill has, I think. Like, I think Aiden Hill's been solid, whereas Bobrovsky's been out of his fucking mind as well as being solid.
mhm,
Um, and I think I like Bobrovsky in net. I think I like Vegas's defense overall. I think
mhm.
Montour's the best defenseman in this, um, series, but I like Vegas's D overall, and then I think their forwards are pretty even. So I think there's gonna be very even series down the middle. Um, Vegas's depth is crazy. It's like I think Florida's a bit more top heavy forward wise, whereas Vegas is just deeper. I think they have like a first line and then three like second lines.
Mhm.
Maybe like 2 second lines and then a third line kind of thing. Like they're very, very deep. All lines can score. And it's just gonna be super like interesting to see each game. Like I definitely think like I don't think we're gonna get a situation where a team's down 3-1. Like unless every single game goes to overtime and then the bounces just go their way. But I think it's gonna be a very similar series to the Carolina, Florida one, but it's not gonna be a sweep, if you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying, right? Like, I think it's
They
gonna
didn't
be
get
like
swept though, Jeff.
right, that's right, my bad, my bad. Um, but I think it's gonna be something similar to that where, like, Aiden Hill will have, like, a 935 save percentage, but they'll lose. Like, I think it's gonna be very tight in every single game, but I'm gonna go Vegas in 7.
Alrighty, let's
Um,
go.
yeah, I think I just Vegas is just like I don't know, man. It's just fucking dumb that I don't know how else to describe it. It's so annoying, like watching them play. It's um, like they like Will
Is
and
it gonna piss you off if they win a Stanley Cup, like,
oh
before Vancouver does?
100%. They've been to the Western Conference Final more in 6 years than the Canucks have in 57 years or some shit like that.
I know that was a rhetorical question. As soon as I was, like, saying that, I was like, "Well, yeah, it's gonna be a yes. Are you fucking stupid?"
Yeah. That was all-time dumb from you.
Yeah,
Like
that was.
I will be completely honest. As a Canucks fan, maybe 50%, there's like 2 2 to 4 reasons I hate Vegas, right? 50% of that is one reason, and it was because of their immediate success as a Canucks fan. I will be
Yeah.
completely honest. Not Vegas's fault. If it were the complete opposite way around, I'd be giving the fuck yous to every single team in the league. I don't care. I understand that. But as a division rival,
Go
no.
fuck yourself.
Yeah, that pisses me off. So that's 50% of the reason why I hate them. The other one is they're just a division rival to the Canucks, so I'm not gonna like a lot of the teams in our division. I think
Mhm.
it's just natural. Two, I just think they're fucking kind of arrogant. I think they carry like an arrogance to them, like Vegas fans in general, and like the whole city and shit. But like, so like those are the main reasons why I hate Vegas. But I'll be completely transparent with you. A lot of it is because of their immediate success. I think that pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah.
But But I gotta give them their respects. Like, they're a fucking good hockey team. They have good ownership, with which I think is shown to be very important. Hint, hint, Vancouver. And yeah, I just think I just see them winning, and I think my Conn Smythe winner. You ready for this, Hade?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Jonathan Marchessault.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Marcia Show's had an
He has
amazing year.
been dicking down every fucking opponent he's been playing besides the first round. Like in the past two, I guess like there's only been 3 rounds, but
3
like
more rounds, yeah.
you understand what I'm saying. But like against Edmonton and against Dallas, he's been unbelievable. He's been scoring massive clutch goals and clutch moments. I think he's overtaken Eichel in the Conn Smythe race on Vegas. I think Aiden Hill's in front of Eichel. But that doesn't take anything away from how Eichel's been playing because he's been so impactful and he hasn't even fucking scored. That just shows how like unbelievable he is.
Mhm.
But I still want to give Florida their flowers because I think, like I said, it's going to be super tight. Florida plays an unbelievable game, and there's a reason why I have this going in 7. Like, Florida's been coached really well by Maurice. Kachuk's been scoring the big goals. Sam Reinhart's having a huge coming out party. We all know Montour and Bobrovsky. Barkov's been starting to step it up more. We all know the player he is, but he kind of had a slow season, unfortunate season overall, kind of bedridden with some injuries here and there. But he's been stepping up a ton. Like you said, your boy Duclair, Luosterainen or whatever his name is, the third liner.
Yeah.
He's been a good solid player.
Gudis has been a goon.
Oh, fucking Gudis the Barbarian, man. That guy's been a fucking animal.
Yeah, his beard is gonna be huge.
Dude, have you seen like photos of him like on his way into the arena? Dude,
Let me see.
it looks so thick. Like the photos of his beard has just been like that doesn't look real. Like it looks so thick.
Yeah.
Like it does.
Him taking an interview one day ago. Holy fuck! Like his hand is like this, and his beard is like past his hand.
Yeah, it's a big boy, but my X factor Hayden.
Yeah.
Gustav Forsling on Florida.
Forsling on Florida. Okay.
My underrated X factor, and this is why. I talk about the depth from Vegas. Forsling has been an absolute horse on the back end. He played 54 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, in game 1 against Carolina, the second most that game. And he is their third or fourth defenseman. He has been unbelievable. And if Vegas's depth is going to show up, then he's going to be a big reason to try and shut them down. So, as like my underrated sleeper X Factor pick is Gustav Forsling for Florida. And from Vegas, it's going to be Nicholas Waugh. That guy is a fucking beast on the third line, if I'm not mistaken, with William Karlsson and Barbashev. I'm pretty sure that's where he's playing. He's been playing. He's such a good player. He's big, he's skillful, he's tough. And I think with a team like Florida, he's just going to be stepping it up a ton. And yeah, so I think Vegas wins in 7. Conn Smythe is going to Jonathan
Marchessault.
Marchessault, but hell of a run for Florida. And I just think this is going to be a really good playoffs. And I could obviously see it going either way because I think both teams deserve to be here
Mm-hmm.
and they both have the pieces to win. But I just lean Vegas, just because I think they're the deeper team overall. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, man. It's gonna be really fucking good.
I'm excited. I am excited.
All right. Do you have anything you want to touch on before we move on?
Um, no, I think that pretty much wraps it up there.
D Hop released.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, that's the one bit of NFL news that's happened. Obviously, OTAs have started. It's time to just overreact to everything
Yep,
because
naturally.
football's starting up. Um, yeah, Hopkins has given his top 5 quarterbacks he'd like to play for, and of course, they're the top 5 quarterbacks in the fucking league. What a surprise. But then
Whoa.
ESPN came out with like the best fits for DeAndre Hopkins, and they might surprise some people more or less with the 5th one. Let me see if I can find it here. I did have it. Um but I don't know if I can actually find it now because because it was on Twitter and I don't really want to scroll through Twitter and say all that shit. Basically, the 5th option was New Orleans. And then the other 4 were like the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Bills, and oh fuck, who was the other one? Some other fucking top team, of course. um Maybe it was the Browns? I don't know because of Watson saying like the best fit because obviously Cooper is getting old, but I'm not actually in favor of getting DeAndre Hopkins. Obviously top 5 receiver uh like in the league. I'm pretty sure no one would doubt that. So not only would New Orleans have like the top 2 most sure-handed receivers in Michael Thomas and DeAndre Hopkins, but I feel like that's such a loaded room. And for what New Orleans has drafted this year and maybe upcoming, it wouldn't be good for player development. So I'm not in favor of it, but I hope to dear God that he goes to a an AFC team. And that's why I think he'll be probably going to the Bills or the Chiefs because the Bills could definitely use like a more sure number 2 or 1A, 1B, and the Chiefs could use a number 1.
I think
So,
watch like Green Bay sign him and Aaron Rodgers is like, bro.
yeah, like like I'm not in Green Bay anymore, bud. He's like,
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
"Oh."
Yeah, that's why we're signing receivers because you're gone.
Oh, exactly. So the race to get him will be very interesting,
Yeah.
and it'll definitely be a shock to see where he ends up. But how fucking stupid is Arizona? You couldn't get a pick for this guy?
No
A
kidding.
pick and losing some dead cap. You're losing $21.5 million
Yeah,
in 1 year,
that's crazy to me.
embracing the tank. And it's like, if you get the number 1 pick, obviously you could get so much with that because Caleb Williams is a for sure fire number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
So Arizona might be 5 heading, but for this year, Arizona's already at the bottom for the preview. I'll give you that. So now you know for sure that the NFC West is more or less looking like Arizona's on the bottom. They might go 0-16. They
Yeah.
might rest Kyler for the whole year.
Yeah. I like how they yeah. Yeah. Arizona's is not looking good.
Mm-mm.
Not looking good. All right, should we get to our draft of the episode?
I think so.
All right. So this one is pretty nice and easy. Nothing crazy going on. Just we're drafting our favorite sports movies. So we're doing a sports movies rank. Hayden, do you just want to do 5 rounds?
Yeah, 5
Uh
rounds sounds good to me.
all right, 5 rounds back and forth, no snake draft. You know the rules here. Um I'll be honest, there's a lot of movies I know that are solid, but I haven't seen in a while. Um, but also there's some movies on here that I know has its flowers, but I haven't seen. But there's also just a ton of absolute elite movies from all kind of sorts of categories, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
So it's gonna be kind of interesting to see what like direction we go here. Um, because I had to kind of go to a list to kind of see on like because I
Trust me,
know
I did too, man.
just because I know there's gonna be movies that I fucking forget about for sure.
Yep. And there was
So
one that I just put on that I just fucking forgot about too.
yeah, and I know like I'm gonna like fucking draft one that's gonna be like, bro, how do you not go this way? And I'm like, yeah, I just noticed one. I'm like, oh shit, right, that's a movie, dope.
Dope.
Uh, so all right, Hayden, you know the rules.
Yeah, I sure do. I'll go tails.
Hey Siri, heads or tails?
On it. Heads.
Oh,
I win it for once.
there you go.
I'm gonna go second because I want to go first.
Oh, god damn it. Well, I know what movie you're going to take, regardless. So I'm going to take one that we can recite word for word.
Oh, love it.
Uh, it's not like an actual like, well, it is a sports movie, but it's not like a happy feel good sports movie. It's a fucking it's a cinematic comedy. Give me the bench warmers.
Benchwarmers, love it. Are you writing these down?
Yeah, I'm writing them down.
That's so Benchwarmers, so good. It's so by far not even closest to being a good movie. It's
No.
so funny though. It's so funny though. It's so fucking good. I
Yo, was that Dr. Dre? Oh, they made fun of you and sat when you peed. Okay, maybe not the last one. Ah, fucking hell.
I
So
like
good.
salad.
Like salad.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
is that apple juice? No.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with my favorite movie of all time. Um, Miracle.
Yeah, I
I
already wrote it down for you. I just knew you were going that one.
Yeah, it's the movie I watch on my birthday every year, and some throughout. It's
It's a
my
great
favorite
movie.
movie. It's my favorite movie ever. It's my most rewatched movie for sure. Um, just a good. Also, I want to put a rule in here of it, like no documentaries, but like biopics are Gucci
Okay, perfect.
kind of
Because
thing.
I that was my second
And
one.
Miracle's a biopic, so it's all right. All right. Second pick, Cade.
Give me the blind side,
Blindside. Great fucking movie.
Michael Orr.
Michael Orr.
Take him to the bus.
Take him to the bus. So one of the greatest scenes in sports movies.
Absolutely. Don't worry, coach. I got you.
So, oh, and wasn't it like, where were you taking him, Michael? He had to go home.
He had to go home.
Yeah, so good. All right, I'm gonna go with one of my favorite sports movies, just an acting masterclass from Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. Give me Moneyball.
Ah, damn it. Moneyball was gonna be my next one.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm glad I
no,
took it.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's such a obviously like Jonah Hill's a comedic actor, but like that's such
He
a
plays a great role.
yeah. And apparently like he wasn't a real like person. Like I think they threw Jonah Hill's character in for like the movie.
The movie? Oh, now you
Fun
know.
fun fact. But yeah, just a solid movie all around.
Okay. Well, with my next pick there, I'm gonna go kind of out of the ordinary. I'm gonna go Creed.
Creed.
Hmm.
This might be something you hate me for, but I haven't seen those movies yet.
No, I haven't seen like the most recent ones, but the first one, like, you can see why it's just so critically acclaimed to be like a master class movie.
Yeah, I've heard
And
so many good things about it, but like, yeah, I haven't.
another one I want to see that's boxing related is Big George. George Foreman.
Yo, Michael Scott burned his foot on his grill.
Yeah, on his grill. And even like learning about like how George Foreman, right, got out of like fighting,
Yeah,
took off 10 years, built a fucking brand, and then just came back and won the heavyweight. Insane.
insane.
Yeah, no,
The membrane.
It's I really want to watch it. I don't know what else there is to say.
I'm gonna go. Remember the Titans.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Remember the Titans. One of Denzel's best. Man, there's so many fucking good ones on here that we're gonna leave off.
I know. It's gonna suck, but I know like my last two. Um oh fuck. But there's like
Should we do like
the rest
7
of the
rounds? Should we
no,
do 7 rounds?
no. You gotta do 5 to stir up some commotion. Ah, fuck. Okay. Uh to get like all sports, I guess, in here, give me Happy Gilmore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right there on my list here. Oh man. I oh god. Okay. What sports do I have on here? I have
Hockey, baseball, football.
okay. So do I go the variety of sports route? Or do I go to some of my favorites? You threw bench warmers in there, so I'm gonna kind of throw in one that's kind of on the same realm.
Okay.
And
You're gonna do it.
stays
You're
the
gonna do
variety.
it.
It's a bold move, Cotton, but I'm
Oh,
going
you're gonna
dodgeball.
do it to me. Fuck you.
It's a bold move, Cotton, but I hope it
Oh,
pays off for him.
that was gonna be my fucking last one, you prick.
He's not going to be able to see very well with that on, Cotton.
Oh,
And now there's a meme going around on TikTok about it. I know you. You know I know you.
you know
And
I know you.
I know that you know that I know you.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Michelle. Blazer. Dazer. Michelle.
Meet Laser. Meet fuck, what was it? Blazer. Gazer. And I think you know my personal concierge, Michelle. And then the fucking woman.
Oh,
It makes her the deadliest woman with a dodgeball within 100 feet. Ball me. Or when the fucking lady comes in and it's like, are you reading the dictionary? Oh, You caught me.
One of Ben Stiller's best, man. So good. Dodge,
Oh my
dip,
God.
duck, dive, and dodge.
Dodge. Well, I took the 50 grand that oh fuck, what? Why can't I remember Stiller's name in the movie now?
1 sec.
Guy? It's like I took the 50 grand that guy gave me, and then I bet it all on the game, and we were 100 to 1 odds. So 50,000 times 100. Can anyone tell me what that is? $500,000. No, 5 million.
So fucking good, dude. It's
You know,
so good.
even the guy like that like didn't know math right there. He's so fucking funny. Like in the other part where the fuck, I forget what else his name is too, but I know he's the black guy. He's like, what? Where's Steve the pirate? What? Who's Steve the pirate? You don't know we have a pirate on our team? And then when he comes back, like looking clean shaved, hey, look, it's Steve the pirate. Yeah. Oh, you got dodgeball, man. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
So fucking good.
Well, then I guess to take care of like all the sports and not duplicate, honorable mention Rudy and the longest yard. But to
Didn't
get
don't we? Oh, this is your last pick.
yeah,
Okay, you threw out honorable mentions first, and I
I
got
know,
thrown off as to.
just to say the fifth spot was going to, and that's Space Jam, the original, not this fucking LeBron James bullshit.
Oh, you're taking Space Jam
Yeah.
with MJ. All right.
Yeah. The original hot Lola Bunny.
All right, man. Should we end
All
this
right, man.
podcast early or what?
Yeah, we got a podcast to finish, but
Oh
all right.
man. Well, you made this incredibly difficult for me because I have one of my favorites, but it's like the same sport I've already mentioned. And I know we didn't throw in a rule about this, but I kind of want to sprinkle in a bunch. So I got baseball, football, hockey, and dodgeball in there.
Combo.
So I guess I'm just gonna go with a staple. Man, I don't know. I'm bouncing between two. Hayden.
Hot.
But so like I haven't seen this movie in a while, and I can't really remember on how much I should like put this on, and people are probably gonna get at us for not picking it. But honorable mention to Rocky. I'm gonna go Coach Carter for my last pick.
Yeah, Coach Carter's a good one.
Coach Carter.
Yeah.
I can't. I want to watch Rocky again before I pick it. But yeah. And do you have any more honorable mentions? It can be the same sport.
Yeah, no, definitely Rocky was on there. You could do any one of the Rockies for that matter.
Yeah.
There wasn't I guess there wasn't a shortage of them. No, honestly, I think there's a good mix there of different sports, comedy, and seriousness between both of us. You definitely got like I'd say the steal of the draft easily with Miracle going at 2, but I mean, I couldn't do that to the one where it's like I know if I didn't take Miracle, you'd probably take the Benchwarmers, and that one personally between us means a lot. So
I'll tell you what. I probably would have let Benchwarmer slip if he didn't take it.
goddamn, well that's a noof.
Yeah.
But yeah, no more real honorable mentions other than the 2 that I said earlier.
I had Slap Shot. That's one I was like thinking. I was like, I want to pick this, but
That's a good one.
I've already picked a hockey. I'll go a different direction.
Mhm.
I had Warrior. The what's his fucking name? Venom. Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy.
That's a really cool movie. Two brothers are in like the final fight, and it's like a really awkward one where it's like two brothers have to beat each other up for the title. Ford versus Ferrari I had on there.
See, I didn't know if that was gonna be a sports movie. Plus, haven't watched it yet.
It's a really good movie.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, very solid. And I really want the reason why I got this idea for sports movies is because of Air, the new movie with Damon and Affleck.
Oh,
Um,
okay, yeah.
and so I want to watch that. Maybe I'll watch that tonight before bed, kind of while I edit this or something. But um, no, I want to watch it, and I want to watch Rocky again. So that's gonna be my goals for the week.
There you go.
I'm gonna do that. But yeah, this was a fun episode. Vegas in 7 with Marcia So winning the Conn Smythe, and Hayden has Florida in 7
Bada
with
bing, bada boom.
Montour winning the Conn Smythe. My X Factors are Gustav Forsling and Nicholas Waugh, while Hayden's is Anthony Duclair and the third line of Vegas. Yeah, hell of an episode, Hayden. Where can the people find you?
On Instagram and Twitter at Hayden_Barton.
Follow me on Instagram at Jevon.Lefave, on Twitter at JevonLefave. Find everything for the show on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at LeftsideHeavy_. The audio for this episode was probably dog shit. So if you managed to make it through the first 15 minutes,
10 to 15 minutes, yeah.
then thank you for sticking with us through those very tough times. I've yet to decide if I cut it out or not, so maybe you just didn't experience it at all. But yeah, overall, hey, good episode. And we will see you next time, next week, which I think maybe 2 games will be played at the Stanley Cup final. So we'll come at you with a little update episode. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Peace.